Merry meet and welcome to Lux Dragon Queen and Magic. I'm Taylor and today is our Witchy Wednesday, and this is a little bit late, I apologize, but I still wanted to give us some information for how to celebrate Ostara in the best ways possible, especially since I feel like most of us has pretty busy schedules. So with that, I also want to just put out the fact that I myself was pretty busy and I wasn't sure how I was going to celebrate Ostara in the best way possible past the point of spring cleaning, right? I think that is just the first point is it is the easiest way to celebrate Ostara is just to do some good deep spring cleaning around your home. A lot of times this is a great way to also energetically clear our space and to bring some more intention into what we have and what we don't have too. So a lot of times if you did the winter cleaning, you kind of already know a little bit of what areas you want to tackle the most and what needs your attention the most. And so it's a great time for understanding when and what to focus on. So anything I think right now, a lot of times we are drawn to new projects. And so right now there is a call from our intuition to understand exactly what new projects we need to be taking on and why. And understanding too that maybe if there's an old project that we haven't really worked on, understanding and seeing it in new eyes and seeing it with a new passion. So that is definitely something that you may be experiencing during this Ostara season. The other thing I want to put out there, because I always encourage everyone to be eclectic in their faith, is that Ostara does have their pagan backgrounds in celebrating Easter, the goddess Easter, and in fact decorating eggs. So the reason why I share that is because we don't have Easter, the Christian holiday, for a whole nother month, and it's very similar traditions and cultures that have just been integrated one into the other. Some may stay stolen. However you want to look at it is definitely up to you. I just choose to look at it in a slightly kinder way. But with that being said, I did want to go ahead and just share this spring bucket list that came to me through the Budget Mom. I'm not able to give you this PDF because it is something that I received from being a part of her newsletter. So I put her link below. Definitely go ahead and check her out. As much as I'm working to be a spiritual life coach for you guys, she's a fantastic financial life coach. And so just joining her free newsletter, I was able to receive so many benefits. And then this literally was just one of those serendipitous moments where it just aligns with what you're trying to do in your life and what you necessarily don't have time to research in your life. So, because again, I was busy and I wasn't sure the best ways that I could celebrate this year. And then when this came to me, I was like, perfect. And so I apologize. I'm going to jump back. I had meant to finish saying I don't think you need to celebrate Ostara on the day of the spring equinox. I think you can understand that there is an energetic change and just solely accept that energetic change as a part of your everyday life. And so with that, definitely celebrate the cultures and traditions that make sense to you when they make sense to you. So if you do not have time to do all these spring cleanings, you don't have time to celebrate the seasons this week, then that's perfectly fine. I would just encourage you to celebrate it within this coming month so that you are able to truly embrace and connect with that spring energy that is around. Also, connecting with that spring energy, connecting with nature will support you in anything that you are working on, in reigniting your passion for any projects that you are working on or any projects that you do want to be working on. So with that being said, let's go ahead. We're just going to go over each one of these little things. So first we have paint rocks and plant them around your community. I absolutely love this. So very similarly, that kind of echoes what it's like for painting eggs and putting them around the neighborhood to be found. And so something too to think about, because I think a lot of people are like, I would never want to put eggs around somewhere, but eggs were seen as a literal gift from the divine. The egg itself is very symbolic for so many things in regards to the divine feminine itself. So it is, I believe we had the cosmic egg come up very recently. So it is meant to be seen as a gift. And so when we switch it to painting rocks, the reason why is because it still is that symbolic energy of what a gift that we are able to bring joyous spring colors into this new environment, because we have been connected to this source that gives us the ability to see the brightness around us. So anyways, the only reason why I want to say that is just to kind of notice the correlation, kind of notice how you can take one tradition and make it fit for what makes sense to you. And so that's why I definitely wanted to make sure to just include this paint rocks and plant them around your community. And it's always just fun to give a encouraging message to those around us. And then we have fly a kite. I love this for the new springy times because there's so much wind happening right now. And so it's a perfect time of year to just fly a kite. You don't have to make it yourself if you want to do that. There's actually a lot of ways that you can make natural kites using the branches and leaves that you find around your community. So definitely, again, Just take on a project that makes sense to you and that you will have fun doing. And then rolling right into that, we have go berry picking. This is a very simple thing that a lot of farms naturally want you to do. So not only are you able to support local farms, you're also able to get in touch with the season and honor the current harvest that is around it. A lot of Ostara, a lot of the Sabbats and Isabbats are going to be around what's happening within the harvest and what's happening with the earth. So this is another great way to naturally do that. I also love berry picking as a family trip because I think everyone just has so much fun. And then rolling right onto that, you can take those berries and bake a seasonal pie. How fantastic. The other thing I will say with the seasonal pie is, again, if you are so busy and you need to pick up a frozen season pie from the store, that is perfectly okay. Do what is within your wheelhouse. And if that's all you can do is get the best frozen pie that's available to you, then that is fine. If you're able to go berry picking and make your own pie, or if you're able to get berries just from the store and still make your own pie, that is still great. Again, you're making choices and traditions that make sense for your current schedule. It also doesn't have to remain the same way every year. So for instance, one year you are able to go berry picking and bake the pie, and that's fantastic. And then you never know what your life is going to look like, especially in like 5 years. And so maybe in 5 years, you do adapt it to buying the frozen pie, or vice versa. You're really busy now, but it's a goal in your lifetime to make it to where you at least 1 year do the berry picking and bake the seasonal pie. So again, you just want to do what makes sense for you and what ignites your own heart and brings passion to you. And then we have go on a picnic. So really a lot of these are going to be about getting into nature and connecting with nature. This doesn't even need to be around seasonal food. Honestly, you can take a picnic as eating a sandwich from Subway. I don't know why that's coming through. I haven't eaten there in years, so maybe that's for someone here. But you can sit on a park bench, or any bench really, where there is at least some form of nature around you, and just sit there and enjoy the world around you. I don't know how many times it is just so peaceful to look at the sky. So maybe that's just something you need to do, is just have a day where you're just hanging out outside and you're enjoying your meal outside as well. So that's how you can make it a picnic, essentially. You don't need the whole basket and blanket. You don't need a whole bunch of people. You don't even need to be the one to prepare the food. You just need to be there and enjoy it. All right, and then we have try a new hiking trail. So if you aren't a hiker, every trail is new. So how fantastic and easy is that? And then if you are a hiker, chances are you have a trail that you have been meaning to go to and you wanted it to be a special event, or there's something that came out, like an article that came out over winter and you weren't interested in hiking that trail then, but now maybe it's time. What a great way to go and really feel that spring energy is by shaking off the winter no to that hike that you said earlier. So again, just getting out in nature for what makes sense to you and embracing the literal air around us. And then of course, next we have plant some fresh herbs or flowers. So getting in the garden is going to be a great way, again, connecting with nature. And then this is such a natural time that you're going to see some blooms coming forward. There are some who planted blooms in the winter and now you're starting to see those spring up. And so this is Spirit kind of just encouraging you to maybe expand your garden bed past what you already have, or just take note of what you already have there and how it is still growing and moving forward, and just literally noticing the green and the change that is coming forward in regards to the seeds that you have planted or the seeds that you are planting. So this also can be very much a good time to set yearly intentions. This is also a fantastic time. We're past the first quarter of the year, so it is a fantastic time to review any intentions that you put at the beginning of, is it called a Gregorian calendar? Well, things to look up before, but essentially at the beginning of the January New Year. So, because this is considered like the Zodiac New Year, the Wiccan New Year, a lot of different New Years come around with the spring equinox, but we did, of course, also have certain new goals and intentions set for the year in January. So again, great time as a quarter to go ahead, look at those things. You essentially will be out of your planning stage for a lot of intentions that you set, and now you're going to start seeing your actual actions and manifestations coming through to you, is typically what we see at this time of year. So again, great time to review. And then next thing for you is tackle a big cleaning project. So I absolutely love this because what did we mention? Spring cleaning is one of the easiest things to do when it comes to celebrating Ostara, because chances are there is an area of our room or an area of our house that we have been needing to clean. And again, if you did that winter cleaning, then you already know exactly which area really needs your attention and focus. And so a great time to allow yourself to focus on that and get something really done, taken off. And that's why it's tackle a big cleaning project, because it's the best time of year to do it. And then that way, no matter how the rest of your year goes, you kind of always have this to look back on and say, you know what, I at least did that then. And so I didn't have to worry about it for a whole nother year, is most of the time how we look at this kind of big cleaning projects. And then the other thing too I want to put in this is we do have our dress shaker here filled with the baking powder and essential oil combination that we made a couple weeks ago to really support the cleansing aspect. So a nice, easy way to kind of turn cleaning into cleansing is to go ahead, sprinkle this onto your carpet or wherever you're cleaning that you're able to vacuum it off of. Set the intentions for what you need past what you already set when you were making it. And this is going to just really support every intention that you're bringing into your home and the cleansing that you're wanting, the energetic cleansing that you're wanting within this space, and to really set off the rest of this year into just better energy, even more so than you already have been doing with your alignment. And then last but certainly not least, we do have do something creative. And so I absolutely love this because, again, we are seeing, for those who like the zodiac, it is turning also into Aries season. So we are seeing a lot of like passion projects coming up. So this is definitely a time to really understand where your creativity comes out and celebrate it. So that really is quite a bit of things. I absolutely, again, these are spring bucket lists. So like I personally want to try to achieve most of these things on the spring bucket list, but I also really am sharing this more so to give you many ideas and into small ways that you can celebrate that make sense. So you don't need to do everything on this list. You don't even need to do anything on this list. You can simply just have a good day. Maybe, I just heard maybe you just clean your bathroom because you haven't done that in a while, and then you take the rest of the day off, and that is beautiful. So again, just make traditions and cultures make sense for you when they make sense for you. With that, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Please do not forget to comment below and gain some support from a like-minded community. I also want to say thank you for those of you who send donations to the PayPal link below. It really does support me and helps me be able to provide as much as I can to this channel. So just thank you again for being here, and I will definitely see you guys in the next reading. Blessed be.